Yo, welcome everybody to the Beer, Beats, and Eats podcast. I'm your host, the almighty Nicodemus, in the building once again. Today I'm on a solo mission. That's right, brother out here going for Delph today. Shout out to my sister. We was actually supposed to do an episode together today. Brother was slacking, but stay tuned. That episode will be coming soon. Once again, you're tuned in to the Beer, Beats, and Eats podcast. Nicodemus is in the building. Shout out to all my people. The Queen, Miss Reed. Shout out to my brother Boog. Shout out to my cousin B Love. Omega 7 Mile Stand Up. If you've been in tune to the Beer, Beats, and Eats podcast, you already know. Be about that beer, them beats, and them eats. Content creators, podcasters, TikTokers, whatever. You're looking for them beats, hit a brother up at Beer, Beats, and Eats pod at gmail.com, and I will definitely get back at you, give you shout outs, give you promotions, put you out there. Shout out to all the content creators. So we in the building again today. Third episode in a row with no eats. However, the eats are coming. Just be patient. Once again, got any suggestions for the eats? Hit a brother up. Beer, Beats, and Eats pod at gmail.com. Shout out, promotion, all of that. Even if it's a dish that you make, brother can burn, I will. Get on that stove, that grill, and hook it up. So today, on Beer, Beats, and Eats pod, you got the beats provided by yours truly, the almighty Nicodemus, aka Torque Cicero. You know how it go. And no eats, like I said, but we do have a beer. Now we have Crunkle Sam's ClownShoes. Now this is a beer, special craft beer out of Boston, Massachusetts. I hate the Celtics, but yo, the can so fly. I had to get it. Crunkle Sam's ClownShoes. I had to get it. Now this beer is an American barley wine, and it's an ale, and it's been aged in bourbon barrels. Alcohol percentage 10.5, all the way live. You already know. I already had a couple before now, but here we go. So we're gonna try this beer out. My sister probably would have liked this beer because the last time when I did a pod with her, she got a bourbon barrel beer, and it wasn't too good at all. It was really cool. So let's see with this barley wine ale. Let's take some. Beer I would recommend drinking in the summertime. Tastes like orange, should be something drunk when it's cold outside. Because of that bourbon taste. Taste a little bit of the ale. Definitely can tell that it has a wine theme going on with it. But yeah, this is something that definitely you gotta make sure it's cold before you sip it. Like I said, I would recommend that for like the fall or the winter. brine me a whole chicken. I'm gonna brine me a whole chicken. Let it sit in the refrigerator for a few hours. And then I'm gonna smoke that boy tomorrow. Smoke it, probably with some spinach and rice, something along that nature. You know, keeping it one, keeping it good, keeping it funky, keeping it healthy. You know, let that fire do its thing. So yeah, once again, here Beats and Eats. We're gonna get into talking these hot topics. Also, be on the lookout. It's time for me to start running some ads. Be on the lookout for a new podcast, which is going to be specifically topic dominated and not so much on a hot topic too. So be on the lookout for that. Still working on it. Because I'm still working on this pod. But a brother's still looking to the future, still trying to keep things going, but I can't do too much at one time. So one thing at a time, but things will be happening, so look out for that. Next episode, my sister come through, I'll let y'all know how that smoked chicken tastes. I know it's gonna be fine. I said I'm gonna grind it up, rub it down, throw it on the smoker. Oh yeah. Little rice, little spinach. You know, I ain't too lazy. So this week, not looked at too much, but I did see that our boy Will apologized. He finally made himself known, did an apology video. I kind of feel like, you know, Will could have kept that to himself. I don't think it was necessary. I don't think that he had to let people know he was sorry. I don't think there was no apology needed to the public. That was something personal, something that you were going through, and I think that discussion and that apology should be handled in private with Chris. I think that's how that should go. I don't think it should be videotaped, because it still seems like it's for publicity. You apologizing to the people at the Oscars, which is cool. And like I said, even with those apologies, that should be something personal with those people that you may have offended. I understand because it was public, I guess you feel like you have to address it publicly. But, you know, let's get back to the things where we apologize to the people that we really feel like we offended and make it personal, instead of making it seem like everything has to be for show. Everything has to be on video, saying that you're sorry or anything like that. Apologize to the people that you had a personal relationship. Make it personal. Let's not make these apologies public, because to me it feels very non-authentic. It doesn't feel genuine. It feels like you're doing it for the camera. And that's why a lot of people, I believe nowadays, are starting to look at entertainers and actors like people not to be looked up to. People starting to have a feel about them. Although they're still entertaining, people still are idolizing. I do feel like there's a large segment that's not talked about, that's not at all cool with the whole celebrity thing anymore. And that's because of social media. Probably social media has it's starting to bring that shit down. You're not caring about those people anymore. And we're starting because you get to see so many people show their personal lives. We're starting to see more and more with the more media, more access, the more cameras. We're getting to see how people really are. And people ain't feeling that. You know, that's a pro with social media. Also a con, because people get swept up in wanting to see people live their personal lives, because that was always a big thing back in the day, but it didn't happen so often. You had to wait to read a magazine or hope that the National Enquirer or, you know, a tabloid or things of that nature got up on it. So that's where we at now, where you don't have to count on those things no more, because the celebrities or the media have so much access to the people and show people everything that you don't have to look for those things anymore. So I wish Will would have done something different and just fell back, holiday Christmas time, just chilled out or did his thing. I don't feel like that was a need for that, but that's my opinion. I'm not in that brother's shoes, so I can't speak too much on it, but I can give my opinion about it. And that's my opinion. I think he should have not said anything. I think whatever he was going to have to say should have been said to the people he needed to say it to, because at the end of the day, we're just looking at this shit for entertainment. Even his apology, him doing that shit like that, like, honestly, it was entertainment. Something for the people to talk about, which I know had to be tough for him at the same time, because I'm pretty sure he's aware and know it's been talked about. You know, so shout out to Will. That's somebody I did look up to growing up as a kid. You know, he was a cool big cousin to me. Now, as I got older, before this slap happened, my ideas changed, or the way I look at them changed, but I got older. But shout out to him, shout out to Jazzy Jeff, who had his back. I think, I don't know the podcast, Jazz was on, Jeff was on, but he was saying, you know, he think Will would have still done it no matter who it was. He was addressing the fact that people were saying that he wouldn't have done it to Mike Tyson or Michael John White or whoever the fuck. Jeff was like, nah, Will does shit like that. He would have jumped out there. So, hey, I guess you never know. But in other news, on other bullshit, Bill Maher, which I've always liked Bill Maher, always been a fan of Real Time, was a fan of Politically Incorrect before he went to HBO and became Real Time. He said something when he brought up something about population control on these new rules, which he said some things I didn't agree with. He's saying there's too many people, which may be true. However, I don't believe that we're going through things that we're going through because there's too many people. You know, the environment is going through what it's going through because what the people have done, not so much about it being about too many people. But I'm gonna go ahead and run a little bit so you can check out what he said. So I don't agree that celebrating, you know, an 8 billion person is something to be celebrated because of what we have going on. But I'm gonna let him keep going. He's gonna get to what I'm saying, because I don't think there's an issue with the environment because it's too many people. I still hold firm that I believe it's what the people have done, took advantage of, been greedy about those who use resources for some of the things that we covet, some of the things that we covet over other people, and things that we hold dear to our hearts that may not be good for us. But let's move on.
Choking and starving equally. Have you seen what has been happening with the climate in recent years? Did you see England last week? England is pretty far north, but the runways are melting. Our farmland is shrinking due to scorching temperatures and drought. 1 out of 4 people on Earth is food insecure. It's the cold hungry.
It's another thing I want to talk about later on. He called something food insecure, which is just pretty much hungry. Are we moving into a place where we can't say that people are hungry anymore? Talking about people being food insecure, I guess. But I want to move along in this. Like I said, he's talking about it being too many people. And I don't feel like it's too many people. I feel like it's a thing, like I said, what people have done.
Not to wear a condom. Population collapse? Has he been to Disney World on a Saturday? The only thing that's collapsing is the Dumbo ride under the weight of all those obese people. I'm not worried about the population collapsing. I'm worried about the glaciers collapsing and the food chain and the electrical grid. Look, I'm a big Musk fan, but I have no idea what he's talking about when he says Earth could sustain many times its current population and the ecosystem would be fine.
Elon Musk is a goddamn alien. That's why he said that shit. Fuck it, I said it. Elon Musk is a goddamn alien. That's what I truly believe. Dude is a motherfucking alien. So that's why he said that. But I don't think the population is out of control. I think people are out of control. Humans are out of control. We are away from our natural habitat, which is outside, being part of nature. You know, we relied on too much natural energy, which if we understood better, I think that we would have done better no matter how many people were in the world. But we took advantage. A lot of people took advantage and opportunities to make money off of resources that they discovered without really understanding. Now, I'm not a scientist, don't claim to be, but I disagree with Bill Maher on this. I don't think that population is the problem. I think humans are the problem, period. No matter how many of us it would be here, whether it was less, I think that it would still be an issue globally as far as the natural resources. You know, people being hungry, people being hungry, you know, using too much electricity, using all the stuff that they dig up from the ground for our precious metals, things that make phones and things of that nature. I think we would still be that way no matter how many people it was, if the mentality still existed that exists today. So that's where I disagree with him on. Even though I agree with him on a lot of stuff, but I definitely disagree with him on that. I don't think it has anything to do with the amount of people. I think it has to do with the amount of things that people have done. And that's why we're in the spot that we're in right now. So, yeah. Now this is something that's going on now with this whole woke shit, which started out it turned into something else. But what it started turning to is something that's bothering me, because I feel like when it comes to people that have differences, whether it be race, sex, gender, whatever the case may be, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. And it's just going around and around. There's no true understanding. We have a population now that wants to be and do the same as the people that they were fighting against. They now want to be those people. Which I'm not understanding why. Because it kind of goes against everything that you've been pushing against. Everything that you've been so-called fighting for. So now, here we are with this hamster wheel. But let's check out this. We have a UC Berkeley professor, Kiara Bridges. I hope I said it right, Kiara. Just like Kiara Bridges and Josh Hawley. They're having a discussion. Let's listen to how this discussion goes.
Bridges used it several times. The phrase that was expressed to be that you refer to people in the capacity of regulars.
This ain't a woman's issue. She says, well, those things can both exist at the same time. Now, he's asking questions. Because to me, he didn't say anything wrong. Because I look at it like that too. I said, so we're not just discussing a woman's issue. You want to throw all this extra stuff, make it more complicated, cis women and trans men? Well, look, if I say, because I would say the same thing. Well, we're not just talking about a women's issue. But that being said, he's saying we're talking about something broader than just women. We're talking about something broader than that. And then she kind of just says that and then turns around and says what he says is transphobic. That's fucking retarded. That fucking made no sense. To even flip the script like that. She didn't make a stand. She didn't say anything powerful. And she think, like looking at the video, she really thinks that she's checking him. And she's not. Because like I said, once he said, so it's not just a woman's issue. Obviously it's not. Did he have to be specific to make her understand? Well, we're not just talking about biological women. We're talking about everybody that has the capacity to have a child. Did he have to really break it down like that? Did he have to say that specifically in order to not be called some type of bigot? That's fucking crazy. That we're in a time right now that to say things specifically. If you don't say them so specific, word it correctly, you're gonna be viewed as a bigot. And we're shifting that way as people, as humans. You want to talk about Bill Maher talking about too many people. There's too many people on some bullshit. That we might have to worry about that before we have to worry about global warming or the environment just fucking us up. We're gonna have to worry about people who want to take a stand, acting so outrageous or acting like the people that they were fighting against in the first place. Now they're turned into them and don't see it. And if you go against it, you're gonna be deemed as wrong. Now, I find that shit is fucked up. I find that's fucked up because you're becoming the bigot that you said that you were going against. Now you want to be that bigot. So are we really, as a human race, are we really looking for equality? Or are we looking to say, I want to win and I want to dominate over everybody and my views go up? My perspective in life is what dominates society and culture. Because it seems like that's the direction we're going into. We're not going to the direction of saying everybody should be equal and everybody should be understanding. We're going to the direction of, I feel this way, you bow down to me, and my way is going to be the better way. And I think it's just the same thing, so we're on this fucking hamster wheel. On a shitty ass, rusty ass, funky ass hamster wheel. And I'm gonna leave it on that note. Make it short and sweet. You know what it is when it's just me going for dolo. I make it short, sweet, concise, to the point, and what I've seen. Not too much music that I've heard as of late, but we'll get into that next time around. But once again, it's your boy, the Almighty Nicodemus, reporting to you live from the Beer Beats and Eats podcast down here in the Enclave, part 2. Those that don't know, content creators, beat makers, movers and shakers, TikTokers, whatever it is, you need them beats, hit a brother up. Beer Beats and Eats Pod at gmail.com. If you got any beats, you got any food suggestions, hit a brother up. Beer Beats and Eats Pod at gmail.com. Stay tuned for an episode with me and my sister. It's going to be coming up. Definitely got some good things to talk about with her. You know how it is. Once again, shout out to the Queen, Miss Reed. Love you, babe. See you when you get home. And until next time, play on, players. Do your thing.